Honestly, I'm about ready to just pull up all those tier sets and tell you all my thoughts on them. All right, let's take a look at these. Death Knight. LFR, normal, heroic, mythic, PvPs. Honestly, I like this set. It feels like a Death Knight set. It just feels like it's in the wrong expansion. This should have been related to the Venthyr or something like that. I like the purple look, but again, red and black fucking wins in my book. Every goddamn time. Red and black, sexiest color combination on the fucking planet. You can't change my mind. Don't at me. This, whatever, cool. But I like how this set looks. I think it's very Death Knight-y with the vampire and everything. I gotta stop going back too far. Next up, Demon Hunter. What is their obsession with only making a Demon Hunter set because it has horns? Like horns or talons or something. It's like that's all they have when it comes to making Demon Hunter sets. The green looks cool as like a color. This feels like Druid colors. This is a cool look for the purple. This again feels more like a Flame Druid thing than a Demon Hunter set. And then black and red, of course, again, sexy as fuck. Druid. Now, I saw some people complaining about Druid sets because all it is a Tauren. Like, and to their credit, I agree. They're saying, oh my God, it's just a Tauren's armor set, yada, yada, yada. But here's the thing, nobody was bitching when it was last tier set and it was Kul Tiran's. Because that's literally what Undermine's Druid set was a Kul Tiran Druid set. I like this look. I like the totem approach. I really like it. It doesn't stand out like crazy. Druids had better models before. A Mirdrasil comes to mind for one. Was it a Mirdrasil? Hold on. Druid. A Mirdrasil. No, it wasn't a Mirdrasil. Was it last tier?
A few moments later.
Yeah, first of all, Liberation of Undermine is just a Druid, Kul Tiran Druid set. It wasn't a Rhubarb Palace. This set fucks. Like, hands down, one of the sexiest fucking Druid sets. Oh my God, hands down. What's a Mirdrasils? A Mirdrasils is really fucking good too. Like, especially with the purple flame. Aberrus. And I like the Druid Aberrus set. But this is just, yeah, it's cool. Nighthold is the best. Let's take a look at Nighthold. If you're gonna hate me, Amy, meh. I mean, it's nice. Honestly, I see more, not Druid. I see, not Void Elf, Night Elf, whatever the fucking Horde elves are. I see priest set more than I see Druid set. I get where you're coming from. To me, I see more priest than anything, at least in that coloration. Maybe it's just the coloration of it. Anyway, talking about mid again, this set kind of mid. Next, after Druid, we have Evoker. Now, Evokers will never get a good set. I will die on this hill. Evokers will never get a good looking set for themselves. Because as much as like, oh cool, the colors and like the things match up on my guy, this is all they're gonna fucking work with. So like, why waste time on a good set that looks good here when this is all they're gonna give a shit about? Yeah, Evoker is just always gonna be disappointing. And they're all gonna look very similar because when trying to make something dragon related, you're only gonna have so many options. So it is what it is. Even the red and black, because they went mostly red and not black with red accents, this can't even save it. I am noticing a theme, by the way. All of these sets like have like one major circle on them. Most of them are gems. The Tauren set, the Druid set has that, and these guys have the gems on the belt. Something to do with the. I actually wish we had more shots of Druid forms. True. Give us Druid forms alongside, like that are specific, or at least a drop chance for them. Because what the last Druid form that got added was the world boss in Amir Drasil, right? Because that's when with Amir Drasil they did like a whole revamp to the Boom Chicken specializations, and then there was the bear form from Rock Bear, yeah, and then the bird from Sage Swift, yeah. So it's like, give me a unique form per the tier that kind of matches the feel of the set. Like, because perfect example, giving everybody like a unique cool tier and Druid form that's playable across all your other Druids. Like, obviously, Kul Tirans will have their base shapeshifts that are unique to Kul Tiran Druids, but like, give something very uniquely Kul Tiran that every Druid can have. Oh yeah, even if it is just like you said, just one. Give me a feral form this tier. Give me a treant form next tier. Give me a fucking travel form. You know, just do something. Anyway, Evoker, I'm sorry, buddy. You're up shit's creek without a paddle. Okay. This is the hunter, right? Yes. NPC looking ass motherfucker. This is the most basic. This could be a fucking questing set. No, you know what it is? It's not a mage set. This is a hunter that lives in Dalaran. We're gonna get to warrior in a second, Lena. This is a hunter that lives in Dalaran. Like a Dalaran Ranger NPC. This is somebody on Moonguard RPing as a hunter that was born and raised in Dalaran and like specializes in arcane shot. That's what this set is. And I feel so bad for hunters. Like this set in particular, this coloring, I'm assuming is the normal. This is the same color scheme as like basic fucking leather gear in Dragonflight for quest rewards. There's the start of your hunter tier set. Corporate wants you to find the differences between these two pictures. Like, that's what I fucking think of when I see this. It's so bad. It's not that it's bad, it's very well defined, it's cool, but like, I just noticed this. You strip away the breastplate, the gloves, the helmet, and the shoulders, but keep the beige underneath. This dude is just in a fucking trench coat. This dude is in a basic ass fucking beige trench coat and calling it a tier set. It's crazy. It's absolutely wild to me. This one, again, you remove like the gray heavy plating on the sides. Hell, even take it off the hood and just keep the hood there. This is a colorization of a multiplayer in Assassin's Creed, the French Assassin's Creed. That's what this is. I mean, do you really want to be a white hunter? That just, whatever. Just, it's so bad. Hey, look, found Link. Anyway, moving on. Mage. I like the hat too. I'm assuming, given that it's pointed up, it's got gravity to it and will like move around when you walk. I'm happy for mages because after last season, they got confused with shamans and lost their class identity for a tier. This looks good. Very Frost Magey, very Dalaran. You know, you could be a white mage if you're racist. This gives me more Nerubar Palace colorings, but I guess going into the void, it makes sense. Love the red. Love the fire mage look. Looks great. And then the kind of like a fel mage. This looks good. I'm not going to shit on this one because it looks good. Last year they looked like shamans. Mages did. So I'm happy they've got something that feels more like their class. Monks. Monk is probably one of the classes that like I'm excited for to see. They definitely had a better set this tier, I feel like. But I like the coloring. Oh, by the way, there's the gems again. I like the coloring. I like the helmet. It's only gonna, I have a feeling though, because this character is bald, any hair is just gonna clip through. Like even if you do the, any sort of facial hair, well, the facial hair will be covered, but any sort of hair, I have a feeling is just gonna clip through there. But I like it. This reminds me a lot of like original Pandaria sets, especially like with the cloud accents down on there. Really like, I think the normal coloration more than any other color. You know what it kind of gives too? The constructs for Draenei, like the one you have to fight for in, was it Akandum or Akunai in Warlords of Draenor? The first boss when you head to the left, like just the plates and the shoulders give me that kind of vibe. And then of course, like monk wraps is very typical monk. This has a class identity to it, which I like how it looks. I think Paladin wins just off the basis that it looks like this is the tier they put the most effort into. I mean, granted, LFR, it just looks like a Stormwind guard, just upgraded a little. You got the horse heads on here for Paladin, you know, typical Paladin coloration and swirls and stuff. Do not like this color. If this is normal, I feel this should have been normal. If this is LFR. This is a cool color. This gives me Blood Elf vibes a lot, this coloration. And then White Knight, and I like this one. It's a less saturated red, but I really like this one. Really like this color, especially the red headdress up there on the top. Looks cool. But yeah, you got Stormwind, you've got Silver Moon, and then you got Lubu. Pretty cool set. Paladin got a good set. Was it this tier? Yeah, they did Undermine. I like the Paladin set in this tier. Definitely more like the normal coloring and the heroic than I do the mythic, but I do like this design for it. Priest. It's all right. I mean, it's all right. Definitely, again, black and red, always going to be a winner. Unless you're an evoker. But I don't know. I feel like we're going to probably go up against a boss that probably has more of these accents to him that makes it, you know, the tier set. At the same time too, like I know Xal'atath has these orbs floating around her, so I could see where, you know, being that it's, you know, every priest player's fault that we're in this expansion right now. So they would emulate Xal'atath a little bit. But it's okay. It's nothing to write home to your parents about. Rogue, again, it feels very similar to past sets we've seen. Nothing breaking the mold, nothing new or exciting or redefining class identity through a set. It works is what it comes down to. It works. It just isn't the best one they've had, and that's okay. Rogues can sometimes miss. Shaman. I do like the shaman set. I think the proportionates on the shoulders are a little weird right here. I don't know if that's just because of how they're standing or what have you. But I do like this shaman set. It reminds me a lot of Amir Drasil's shaman set, which is one of the best sets I've seen in recent expansions. If I'm being 100% honest, that set fucks. It absolutely does. Again, the headdress looks like it's going to have some gravity to it. I like this color, it very much feels like a shaman set with this coloration, but none of these colors are actually kind of bad. Like this one's the only one that kind of stands out as like, doesn't remind me of a shaman, but honestly, they're all pretty dang good. Again, the black and red looks sick. The wolf head and gray fur and red eyes and accents looks fantastic. Gem on top of the head again. It's a really cool set. This one pisses me off. The Warlock pisses me off because there's barely a difference between this set and the one they just got in Undermine, in my opinion. If I go Warlock, Liberation of Undermine, and then pull this up next to it, it's so similar. This feels like that meme of like, hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just change it a little bit so the teacher doesn't notice. Like, yeah, there's obviously some very distinct differences between the two, especially when it comes to the headgear. That's it. It's a typical lock set. Like this one feels more like a lock set than the new set does because there's actual demons involved. Whereas this, yeah, it's got the horns, but like, I don't know. It's very, yeah, it's a Warlock set. Exactly. This is what it comes down to. And then we come to my boy and we go, what did they do to my boy? Honestly, this is the only version I like. And again, it's only because of the coloration, and like is doing a lot of weight in that sentence. The spikes, I'm assuming, have gravity to them for the helmet, and they're going to be like swinging behind as braids. But this isn't a warrior set. You want to talk about the idea of like, let me copy your homework, change it slightly? This is Narubar Palace Death Knight. It's like they combined the Death Knight and Narubar Palace set with the Undermine set and said, here you go, here's your season 3 outfit. Like, I don't understand. How did we go from this set, which looks fucking good? As a warrior, I like this set. This feels like a warrior set. Warrior for Undermine. I like this set. This reminds me of Ratchet and Clank Deadlock, and this feels like a goblin warrior set where it's, you know, it's plate armor, but it also looks janky enough, but also threatening enough. You know what I mean? And then we come to this. Like, even just from a base design standpoint, why do I have shoulder pads on my shoulder pads? Why do I have shoulder pads strapped down to my other shoulder pads? I mean, like I said, this is probably the only version of this I like, but I would think this would come from like Sanctum of Domination more than it would a Void or Ethereal themed raid. That makes no sense to me. And if this is the Mythic, fuck that. This should be the Mythic. Because this is confirmed a PvP set, the black and red one. Yeah, confirmed PvP. Fuck that. This should be the Mythic color, assuming that's what this is. This coloration reminds me too much of the Anniversary colors, which, hot take, I do not like this color on Warriors. The purple and green, even like on the original tier 2 set, I hate how that looks. The design of the armor is cool, but the color of purple, gold accents, and bright green, brother, ew. This is garbage. This is the same color scheme, by the way, that didn't work for Aberrus for Warrior. Aberrus had a cool set for Warrior. I really liked the Aberrus set. What I didn't like on the Aberrus set, the Gladiator Dragonflight set did not work with this color scheme. The Elite look good. It's very shiny chrome, everything like that. This green and gold combo looks fucking hideous to me. And that's this color scheme, in my opinion. It just doesn't work. It doesn't feel like a warrior color set. Even this is a stretch, but this is just the DK color scheme from Narubar. This is tier 2 colors. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it doesn't fucking work. And I don't want to keep shitting on it because somebody worked hard and likes the work that they put into this, right? But I just don't get it. I don't get the vision. I don't get the idea or the class identity other than you've just made a bunch of heavy looking armor with spikes and chains and said, yeah, this is what warriors are, heavy metal. And it's like, yes, but also no. Especially knowing what content we're going into, how does this fit in? Like, if you told me there's a raid boss that has this color scheme to him and he looks like this, I'm gonna say you're bullshitting me, because how does that fit into the storyline of Ghosts of Koresh? That doesn't fucking work. The higher color on the chains signifies to me either like an enchantment or it's like heating up, like it's molten metal type thing. But like the green looks like it's plague ridden, the blue looks like I'm a fucking frost death knight, and the purple is fucking I keep coming back to it, the Rhubarb Palace. It just doesn't fucking, I just don't get it. Like, especially knowing that like the paladin set, when it comes, well, actually, you look at the other plate wearers. Death Knight, they got the feel of a Death Knight in here. Sure, some color schemes don't work, but like, you can tell that's a Death Knight. There's class identity there with the vampires and the Vampira, or the, you know, all that shit from, you think Castle Nathria and all like the bloodsuckers, which would be like a Blood Death Knight or Death Knight in general. That makes sense. Paladin, you look at the Paladin set and you go, oh, that's a Stormwind. That's somebody from Stormwind. That's a Blood Elf. Oh, the Paladin classes or races. Yeah, that makes sense. It's, you know, very light ridden. It's light bound, everything like that. And then you look at the Warrior and it's like spikes and metal. Yes. Warrior. You're like, no, brother, something not right here. There's just, something's not right. I can't tell what it is, but something ain't hitting. Like I said, this is probably the only version of the set I'm going to be excited to get, just because with the black and red, it does redeem it a little bit. But I'm not excited to see these three things swinging at my ass. You know, on a human, it looks okay. It's probably going to look like shit on an orc, which makes me upset. Anyway, that's my tier season 3 set review for tier whatever the fuck this is. There's something about it, man. Just something about it. Don't sit right with Papa Welgo. Anyway, if I have to choose a winner out of all these sets, it's probably, community-wise, it's probably going to go to the Paladin. Personally, I would give it to either the monk or the shaman. Because as simplistic as the shaman is, or the monk is, it feels like a monk set. So that's what I'm going to go with.